And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
I love those guys.
Welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. And as you know, this is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather is nice where you are, please let me know how the weather is where you are and if you've been able to get out and fly your drones. So, everyone out there in the chat, just drop your weather out there. Drop it in the chat how the weather is where you are and how the day has been going for you, and if you've been able to get out and fly your drones, if the weather is nice where you are. And how are you doing, Lawrence, on this somewhat kind of a
gloomy day?
Yeah, weird Wednesday.
Gloomy. The sun tried. The sun tried to come out. It never made it, but it tried. I'm good, man. What's up? Life is good. Life is good. I mean, at least for today. I don't know what the hell tomorrow's going to bring. But today I'm smiling.
But that's what
What's
it
up?
is.
I see a link. Your link on Facebook just went out.
Really?
Yeah. It said the connection was disconnected. Weren't able to stream to that destination.
I don't know what's wrong with them.
Facebook be hating. That's what's up.
I don't know. I mean, they might know some.
How are you?
I'm all right. They might know some people I don't know.
Rob says, feet on the ground from Australia. Morning legends. Good morning, Rob and Sue. All the way in Australia. We are a morning live stream there. And that's so cool.
Okay.
Because
really?
I remember when we used to go to morning live streams. Now
you
we're
know what's funny?
Live stream, Australia.
I kind of wish it was like a big radio show down there. So, you know.
What happened?
I kind of wish it was like a big radio show when you say we're a morning show.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you say that. Back during a time when they had a social media link page out, similar to YouTube, called Now Live.
Okay.
I used to do an underground hip hop radio. So if you were played on the radio, I didn't play you. I played guys that started out in New York, I'll be real quick, and it wound up stretching out where I had people from across the United States and Europe and places sending me music to be played underground. And at my highest peak, I literally had online 100,000 listeners. That was an all-time high. I was drunk. All I know, it was a good show. but you can get there. You can get there. Trust me.
You need help.
Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. How are you? Rodney Bell, how are you, sir? Hope all is well.
Rodney. Yeah. How's it going?
Yeah, Rodney switched over from digital to walk snail, so I'm kind of watching some of his stuff.
Okay. Well, I've just been doodling and fumbling around with this, that, and the other one. I'm not when I'm not trying to do the live stream or edit video or something on this computer. I'm almost beginning to hate the computer, and between the computer and the car, they're killing me. No, because you sit down and you sit there and you sit there and you sit there, and eventually, when you get up, it's like, oh damn, how long was I sitting there?
Yes, when you get up and you're not moving as freely as you were when you sat down. Yes, I get it.
Right. So, and then and this has just become a thing now within the last, I guess, I want to say 4 to 5 years, really, because I've been on the computer more, and it's.
Okay, well, it's even worse for me because either I'm on a computer or I'm playing Xbox. You know, if I'm not doing nothing, I'm either on the computer or playing Xbox, right? And it's mostly Xbox because that's my downtime. I curse, I swear, I drink like a sailor, but that's my pastime. So I get it.
No.
But when you go to stand up to go to the
Hmm.
bathroom or
Hmm.
or or do something, you're like, hey, whoa, wow, I must have been sitting down for a minute. The knees, the knees squeak a little or pop.
Stuff gets locked up when you sitting down is
Yes,
not a good thing.
yes, yes. That's why they have those desks in some offices now that you can stand up with. You can raise the desk up. I think that's so
Yeah.
cool. If I had one in an office, I would definitely have that.
Then you'd be looking for a seat.
Uh, sometimes, yeah. Well, true. A seat to go that high, you know.
What's the point?
I get tired of standing, and I don't want to sit down low. I could kind of, it's like a mechanic seat. It goes up, goes down. Yeah, I'm real bougie
No.
as of late.
Mm-mm. No. Well, I did want to mention one thing, and it was your man Igor from Quadro News.
Yeah,
Well, back on January 8th, he posted something about good news.
yeah,
Yeah. And it was on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, yeah. It was this little video right here, which they're infamous for doing.
Well,
Their
if
clips
you
are
want to
really,
call it
really
a video,
well. Their clips are really. It's a clip.
uh huh.
And the last time we saw this ring, it had to do with a motion sensor,
Uh huh.
if you
Uh huh.
remember.
Well, from if you had the whole tweet open that I sent you, you
Yeah,
would have saw that it was talking about the
RS5.
yes and the launch being as I believe what said tomorrow.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes. January 15th, tomorrow.
Now I'm curious.
DJI RS5 stabilizer.
I'm curious to see if we're going to see this now because it seems
We
like we're
might. We might. You know why? Because it has to do with cameras. And anything that has to do with a camera, people are going to buy it. A camera, a train, or a race car. Some caveman out there is going to buy it.
so then why aren't they selling drones then? If that's by that philosophy,
That fits in that
but no, but by your philosophy, then the United States government should just let them sell drones.
well, don't get me started. I'm trying not to raise my
I'm
blood
just
pressure tonight.
I'm just looking at your logic about it.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying, but uh,
I'm looking at it from the standpoint
that's
that
for another show when we're drinking.
everything else, everything else, supposedly is this and supposedly is that, but it's not, and and it's not a drone, and it's still some another
And
way
right, it's
again.
from DJI, the same company that they say
Right,
that.
but you can't go on their site and purchase it.
Yeah, I know. That's sad. That's real sad. Well, sometimes I
So
forget.
it's like saying, okay, you can have whatever you want on the other side of that electric fence.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes,
And it
yes,
goes
yes.
forever that way and forever that way.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but it is what it is. We've accepted it all, and until things change, they may
Yeah,
never
man.
change. Who
Well,
knows?
we got a couple of people here with
Yeah,
us,
yeah,
but you think we should do?
yeah.
Let's
Do
do it.
roll call. Hey,
Let's
RJ, let's
do
do roll
roll
call real
call.
quick while the
Yeah,
room is moving
see who's
slow.
here hanging out with us. Who's here?
Okay.
Who's here? Who's
Quick,
here?
quick shout out to John Olson,
Who?
representing Long Island, Strong Island. How are you, John? Roll call. Feet on the ground, and Sue, Rob and Sue in Australia. Shout out to you down under me.
What's up, Rob?
The
So
summer's
good.
ending and it shall soon be winter. And shout out to Pitch on Drone TV. He was here nice and early. Thanks for coming back. We have a new supporter. Rodney Belco, how are you? Hope all is well. Keep putting out those walk snail videos. I'm lurking. Shout out to RJ, Ariels, Ron. I
Hey,
hope all is well. What's good, Ron? Glad to see you. Corey, YACL 310, representing Queens, Queens, New York.
all
Hope all is well. The Philip Koshat Show. Philip Koshat.
right.
You guys, if you need something made up, I'm sure he can help you out there. Shout out to, let's go to Brian, Waypoint, New England. Hope all is well. Good to see you.
What's up?
Thanks
What's
for
up?
coming back. Jody. How are you? I think
What
that's it. Jody, drones, and D-Man 52 drones. How are you? Hope all is well. Thanks for coming in. And welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. That's it.
Okay.
See, now that was cool because I didn't actually have to stop and go and keep going for a little while. Sometimes it gets a little monotonous, but it's fun. I like
Oh,
tonight was short, so it was
I
real
was
good.
going to tell you to turn your mic up a little bit.
Oh, I can do that. That's not a problem. Give me a second. What about now? Is that a little better?
That's good. You should have had that kind of voice for the roll call.
Okay. I getting used to coming in and adjusting those settings because I think that's how you're getting your sound of you back at you. That feedback.
If you say so.
Because I've been turning it down and you haven't said anything about it for a while.
But here's what I like about this keyboard is I can control the volume and everything right on the keyboard.
Nice. Nice. Very nice.
It's just certain buttons are in a different place.
Hmm. Well, I'd like to compliment you on how you pulled off a DJI spoof on everyone when we were doing the Christmas giveaway and things because people were
I,
always asking you to give away your Phantoms in the back and your boxes there and stuff like that. And hey, Eldon, what's good? And we
good.
had
What's
all of the
good?
gifts we were giving away lined up back there, and nobody noticed.
Oh,
Well
well, yeah,
done. Well
they've been
done.
sitting back there.
Yeah,
A
well
couple of
done. They didn't know when we had the stuff or not. Peace to the entire chat. Hope everyone is well. Eldon, yes, life is good, man.
all right. All right. Well, Lawrence, you know, there is a whole lot of stuff happening going on out there, drone world. But I don't know, everybody seems to want to talk DJI, DJI, DJI. I mean, we do it too. And because I guess it's the hot topic right now, and it's a big issue. But sometimes you try to get away from a little bit,
Yeah.
but it just keeps bringing you back in, dragging you on your hands and knees right back in. So let's talk about DJI.
Okay. All right. Let's get it out the way.
Okay, because DJI has released a new firmware for update for the Power 2000 and the Power 1000 V2. Now, these happen to be for the Power 2000 version 01.00.14.00.
Right.
And for the 1000 V2, it is version 01.00.11.00. And both of them require, the home app for just like the, which is the app version is version 1.5.13. So if you have those and you got to update, make sure you do that update on that. But it doesn't bring any new features. It's just as they say, it's just stabilizing and making things function a little bit better, fixing some known issues.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
Hmm.
and and they're not major issues. It's just a way of tweaking the device, the same way you would tweak your car or tune it so it runs more efficiently. Same thing.
Kind of,
I
sort of.
remember back in the days when you had carburetors instead of fuel injectors. You would get out there with this with your screwdriver and have someone, all of that mess with the timing of the car. You don't have to do that anymore.
That's because you just needed a new one.
That's what it was.
Hmm.
Please. I spent a lot of time with guys growing up watching them tune their cars and they do all this work and the weekend comes and they get to race and they get smoked. And you know what they do? They go back home, they sit there for another week trying to figure out how they got smoked to make their car faster.
Oh well, you just can't drive though.
Well, that has a lot to do with it too. Gear shifting and things like that.
But what I wanted to also mention is how both of these uh guys here happen to be on price drop down to $699. You know,
Okay, Rodney.
which is a nice thing because if you check it out right on
Hmm.
Amazon, right, let me pull that up for you. If you go to Amazon, right, you'll see that you've got a $300 coupon, right, which
Yeah.
smacks the price of this thing down to $399 on the
Okay.
purchase. So if guys are interested, I'm telling you, that's a great price. I got the original one for like when they had it at what $399. It was something like that. So guys, to tell you, the price was fluctuating on it on the original one up and down, and then it just started plummeting. and and Draymond jumped on it too at the time.
Listen, the prices that they were going for,
Yeah, you know, you
people
can't
couldn't
beat
refuse, right?
that. Well, of course not. And then you got the 2000, which is $699. So it's not. I mean, what was it? Over $1,000. This was originally, right? So
Mm-hmm.
six
Mm-hmm.
ninety nine is not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
must agree.
especially when you start looking at what guys bought the original 1000 at that price.
True. Right. And they just kept coming out with deals. And I'm like,
So
wait, hey,
and
wait
it,
a
and
minute.
it's a very good power station. It holds a good charge. Depends on what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's real good. And I mean, like if you have it sitting there a couple of days, it's not one of them things you see when you go back. It's at 80% or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like the giant phantom batteries. You could set them to discharge in 2 days or one day or whatever you wanted. Right. Now your batteries just do it at their speed.
What, the batteries?
Discharge. Yeah, yeah.
Or you got to go into the settings and change it.
So what's up? What do we got to talk about? You can
I
get the
was
V2 for $399 also with 300 off checkout. That's true, Draymond, and on Amazon.
hmm
Because they have a coupon that lowers it down to that 399.
Yeah, I
Draymond
just
says, "I hear you." You see what he said? I'm not
whatever.
mad about the price is going down. I'm thinking about getting another one. No joke. No
So you
joke.
know what? Don't say Drake, but that's funny because I was just saying that.
Hmm.
I look at it, I was like, wow, hmm, I paid for the original.
Yeah, yeah. And
I'm like,
now
okay,
you get it along with the
yeah,
upgrades,
see? Oh, not that one. Oh, I'm
the
sorry, that
software
wrong.
upgrades.
This one.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. There, yeah, right there.
And
It's
with the
six ninety
coupon
nine on
is
Amazon, and
yeah,
with
but the
their coupon,
coupon is $3.99.
yes, yeah,
So,
that's it.
I'm like, wow, okay.
That's not a bad deal, bro.
So I just make sure I just keep showing it so that anyone who's interested, just jump on it
Right. Basically,
because they're good. They're really good.
basically they're saying if you were on the fence, You
Hmm.
should jump.
Right, especially how they're designed for the guy who flies DJI drones.
Or someone who
It's
needs to be in the field and you
right,
need that
right, oh,
power
right.
supply.
Well, but it's just made easier for guys that fly DJI drones. You can have the
Yes, yes.
attachment that will charge your battery, or you just plug your dang charger or whatever up into
And
it.
if you get the solar panels, you don't have to go home for a couple of days. Well, I mean, to get new clothes, you might.
Uh oh.
Because if I'm out past a day, you got to have at least two or three changes of clothes, at
Really?
least. Yeah.
Where are you going to get out that long for the day that you're gonna
I don't know, but
change?
if I'm going to be flying all that time, it definitely ain't in New York with the damn permits.
Wait,
I said, if I am, it's definitely not New York. I'm not going to pay New York to fly that long.
I'm not going anywhere and flying that long. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Anyway, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. What's up?
So
Yeah, Rodney Bell said he was breaking out. So what's
you sound,
thank him for
sound
coming
like
in.
you need to fly in a diaper or something like that.
No, no, that's nasty. I'm sorry. Gary, he says he received a package from us. I
Yeah, I
received a
know. He
wonderful
told me.
package this week. Thanks so much. He got it this week.
Yeah,
Nice,
he,
Gary.
he told me. So did Marcel.
Oh,
Oh,
Marcel, he got the mics.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
He got.
His- I hope he takes a picture and sends it in so we could put it on a couple of pages. Having one of these are a great
But
time saver for recharging and extending battery life on the controller. It is. Herman was just saying yesterday when we were working that the battery life on his controllers aren't all that.
yeah, compared to how long I felt the battery last originally, it's not the same anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
You see what Eldon put? He said,
What?
"Thanks for having the show weekly. We appreciate you,
Thank
man.
you.
We appreciate you guys for coming
Thank you.
back weekly."
Well, Lawrence, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your good old people at the Department of Commerce and the
Uh oh.
and other such and such.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little thing that I saw in the article there on the update on this Chinese drone ban. If you want to call it such, but it's funny. A lot of guys talk about pushing the narrative of the ban, but if you go like into YouTube Studio and like vidIQ and all these other platforms, these are the kind of key words that they push on you in putting together videos on the subject.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just food for thought. But yeah, I was just saying, DJI is exactly still behind the eight ball, and it's funny that we were just talking about this the other day, and I don't know why this thing keeps flickering. I wonder if it's because of the switch.
Your screen?
Yeah,
Hmm. It's not being moved, right? Or vibration, something. Who knows?
how?
Huh?
All right. Anyway, if that will still mean it's a loose connection, but anyway, like I said, the Department of Commerce, right? I was reading an article, right? The Department of Commerce withdrew their proposed rule risk for the restriction of Chinese made drones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just looking at this now, and we all know about what what happened with the whole FCC's decision. We know about that, but it's funny that the whole Department of Commerce um, thing was whole with withdrawn because I thought that this was supposed to be about an economic thing, and they disguised it as a national security thing.
Right.
So that's what it originally was, how it originally played out, right? Because it was supposed to have been an economic issue with DJI and these other Chinese made drones.
But
And
first,
you remember we spoke, huh?
yeah, just real quick, sorry for interrupting, but first, if you remember, they tried to say that they were using children to build their drones.
Well, yeah,
You
that's the
remember that
issue.
way back? Yeah, it
But that,
started way back then.
but that was the issue of why they can't get them into the country now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
that's what that is. But what I'm saying is the whole Department of Commerce was the fact that they were looking at it from an economic standpoint and how DJI would disturb, I guess, the United States drone manufacturing in economically.
Yeah,
So then it became a whole takeover with the FCC's decision, I guess, to expand their abilities to do such by when they voted to be able to place this ban on them on these and the critical parts. We all know about that aspect of it,
right.
and yeah, I do understand that, Draymond. You know,
What did he put?
but I just what happened?
Oh, I didn't see what he put. I was in another window. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Three
Oh
minutes
no, but
for a
what
sponsor.
what I'm saying is that I just wonder where they go, where they wide, and why they did that. Because if it's not one thing, it's another. And I guess that, and I understand now that the fact that because we spoke about this last week, that if to with the whole thing with the tariffs wasn't working, and that was still an economic thing. You understand? So now when you say if you place the whole blanket structure on foreign things coming into the country
Mm-hmm.
on these critical components, and it's based on basically Chinese or foreign made products. I don't know. So I guess the fact that you blanket it instead of just saying from China, it's a great way to keep these things out of the country. But I mean, the
They
whole
had to generalize it to say,
disguising it as a national security risk.
but see, they didn't. You notice they say China. They didn't say Asia. There were a lot of
Well,
other
it doesn't
places
really
that
matter.
felt,
I'll tell you
yeah,
why it doesn't really matter because, and it's not just China. It's foreign made,
right,
and that's tell you why because there's exemptions made for the companies such as like Parrot and these other companies that are on the blue UAS list that have components and stuff like that are from other countries and China as well. So as used battery systems that come from China and stuff like that. So there's been exemptions made for those companies, but not for any of the companies that create consumer drones,
right,
and which is like Autel Robotics and DJI mainly are the ones that are the only ones really that are making anything that is of worthy of having. Now you do have others that are probably entered onto that list as well, but it's not just China. It speaks as to foreign countries.
sponsor.
So what happened
Time for a sponsor.
already? I'll
Time
be
for
right back. For the live stream that talks about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. Tune in every Wednesday night to Wednesday Night with those guys. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that whole um commerce thing,
Yeah,
and the way they were trying to go after DJI originally with that, it's actually the same way that the same kind of way they've used to be able to keep, like in the article, it claims that that's how they've been able to block Chinese automobiles and their those light trucks that
you're
they
right.
have.
You're right.
You know,
Chinese
and
automobiles,
you know,
especially their delivery trucks.
mhm.
At one
Because
time, they
it's
were trying to.
funny. It's funny because it's great because if you have something that is that because of the cost to make and ship, you can keep the price down that low in importing them into the country.
Yeah,
And if the quality of it is that good, that you'll see that more people will jump on it than I don't know. It's just like if you remember at one time here in New York that you would never see like a foreign car being used as a taxi.
true. That's true.
Now now they're allowed to use them, and that happened within like the last what 20 years or so.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, it's the norm now.
hmm There
Where they
was there
were
was
trying to stop that
there was a time
import.
Toyota didn't run in NASCAR.
True. You're right.
I'm just saying that when you start looking at that kind of stuff, but seriously, no, with the whole Chinese thing, you're talking about something that's more affordable, and
Hmm.
it's probably the amenities in it is probably better than what you would pay three times or double the amount of money for here in the United States. So yeah, I get it with the automobiles and the and those trucks because something like that you would end up destroying our truck manufacturing market and our
Well, you see what happened to the auto industry.
well, the auto industry is suffering, but the auto industry is still doing their thing. I'm just saying to you that these are the same tactics as which they were using to try and go after DJI
Right.
and other Chinese companies. And we spoke on it last week on how tariffs and all that stuff wasn't working. So the Department of Commerce and placed these things, there's restrictions. They were trying to propose rules on what was, and yeah, it's a whole, it was a whole mess and a whole crap show with that. I just, I don't know. We know the whole decision from the FCC. We have to look and see what happens. They're on the covered list. Um, I noticed that there was a lot of talk from people who was worried about. No, I don't. I just hear that there's a lot of talk that people are worried about the stuff that they already have being stopped,
Yeah.
and now you're talking about retroactively banning stuff, and that's not going to happen. But
Right.
I don't hear that talk. I only hear that talk from guys who do videos and guys who are doing live
Right.
streams.
Right. Trying to using clickbait and the
I
thumbnails and all of that.
I,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
get
hear
it.
that talk amongst the people that I speak to about drones. I hear that from only when guys are doing videos about the subject. But I was listening to a conversation there with a gentleman, Adam Walsh, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
and he was saying that they have had conversations to make sure that that's actually not going to ever happen. So I would tell people that that's not something to worry about. Um, I was looking at this thing here, and it's funny these numbers come up because they're talking about how what is it over 400 was it 460,000 jobs across the country rely on DJI products.
And I think that that's understating the number. I would believe the number's a little higher than that.
Well, I didn't say it was.
If you were to round it up like they want you to do because they've taken the penny away, that would be 400 plus,
You need
Or
help. You know that, right?
just saying.
I'm
Just
just saying you need help. You need help. And with about what 116 billion economic activity in the U.S. right now, depending on DJI products in use. So that's how much money you're talking about
in
crippling
jobs.
and jobs.
Yeah,
I mean,
jobs.
I don't know. I was listening to some stuff from Pilot Institute, and
Hmm.
I think there was some numbers they were talking about maybe like a third or more of drone businesses, which are a lot of them are small businesses.
Right,
You know, I wouldn't say they're huge businesses. That they would talking about going out of business if they could not get something that's affordable as the DJI drones or the DJI drones to do their work,
right.
which is, I mean, I guess it's something to look at for the long run, and you have to start looking into alternatives. Also,
You do, but right now there's nothing affordable, and we already know there will not be anything affordable. Okay, $5,000, or this was the price. I don't know what the going price is today, but at one time you could get a Mavic 3 Enterprise for $5,000, give or take a couple of hundred in either
Mhm.
direction. And now that same, well, that's because they're becoming rare. That same and tariffs. That same
Mhm.
$5,000 drone is anywhere from $6,000 to $7,000 now.
Is that right?
I don't even know. I'd have to check and see what you can get a Mavic E for right now.
I don't know. You got to look online
Mavic 3E price. Let's see. Oh,
because
this site can't provide a secure connection. Let's try
oh,
something
okay.
else.
So you got something weird going on in your computer.
Yeah, Mavic
Uh-oh.
3 Enterprise price.
From where?
Okay, $5,000 right now at B&H, but that's some kind of kit. Oh,
Uh,
it's the price is going down. It's 3,500 now. You could
no,
get.
that's roughly around what it usually is.
Okay, I misunderstood then. Yeah, I'm seeing 4,700, 4,500. One
No, it's
place
when that,
49.
but you got to remember, you're not. That's just the drone you're talking about and the
Yeah,
battery.
yes, yes. We're just talking the drone. We're not talking nothing else.
Right, the drone and the battery, and the controller. You gotta get batteries for it.
You need a case.
Yeah, well, no, the case comes with it.
Not a few of those models they had there. Hey,
Wow,
Ronnie.
no.
I mean, I
We
wouldn't
said
buy one without a
trailer
case
$1,500 jump in
in
price.
price. Yeah, yeah.
From when? Because I don't know. I I I would say a couple hundred, but not 15. I mean,
I don't know. It depends on where you're getting it from,
right?
honestly.
No, of what time you bought it. That's what it
Yeah,
depends
yeah, you're right.
on when you bought it. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's about when you bought it. You
This is
know.
true. This is true.
So I don't know.
Okay.
As
Hold
you
on
know,
a second.
Lawrence,
What happened?
I don't know that to me. I listen. I don't know. I don't. I'm not. I don't know. I just look at what's to come, what happens. I know I'm looking at really truthfully with with the whole thing, and I like all these exemptions and stuff like that,
Right.
and companies that they're allowing to operate and do things. And I think it was based upon,
Oh,
you know,
Dre says the 3E was 35.
hmm
The 3 thermal was 5K.
right,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm saying to you, because I remember what I paid for it, and I was like, nah. But I remember when it did go up ridiculously, and I was like,
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right about that.
dudes got prices based upon when the tariffs kick in on something that you already got in your
Yeah, they had already
storage
adjusted
room.
prices before it was time, right?
No, I'm just saying you got 10 of them in your storage room, right, to sell. The tariffs go up, and now you're gonna raise the price on those.
Yeah, for real. You're right about that. Definitely right about that.
It's like how they got when the price changes on the gas, the guys got to the end of the day to change the price.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or it stays the same.
Mm-mm. No, they have to change it, but it's he's got until the end of the day to change it.
Right, right. I got you.
You
That's
can
what's
get
up.
anybody else. But you know what, Lawrence?
We got
Huh?
we got a little under 15 minutes for our next sponsor.
A little under 15 minutes before the
Yeah,
next sponsor?
we got plenty of time. We good.
If you say so, I'm just talking about how much jobs and money and stuff is involved. And a rough average on DJI products in the workplace, and it's funny because I hear a lot of people talking about this, and you mentioned this to me the other day about they want to do away with DJI products and DJI period, and here it is that the president and all these guys use DJI mics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For the FYI, you guys didn't notice that. When you look at everything, these press conferences and stuff going on, look at the
I'm
microphones they're
sure other people
using.
have seen it.
Yeah, you're seeing DJI mics. You don't want a DJI drone flying over the White House or through the Grand Canyon, but you'll wear a DJI mic to a press meeting like
Well,
it's a bell.
technically, you shouldn't be flying over the White House, but with anything, unless you're supposed to be there. There's a lot of places you shouldn't be flying your drone unless you're supposed to be there.
True. You have a valid point.
You know what I
You have a
mean?
very valid point there.
Like
But
if you go into the ball game, leave your drone home. You know what? We were talking, and I saw this thing here. It was released, and I always thought that it would be a great idea if you just needed something to grab and throw it in a car real quick to go with you if you had to go somewhere, and
what's that?
you didn't want to grab the big old guy and take the big old guy out with you, but
Oh, the mini.
yeah, it launched in China.
Yeah, I know. That sucks.
Yeah.
It
Well,
sucks. Another item with those famous letters on we won't get our hands on.
we saw FCC ID for it, right? Remember what I
True.
said? I'm wondering what's going on because can they
You
get
think
it?
it made the deadline? Because I don't think the FCC would print up something like that and have it listed. Somebody needs to go online to the FCC website and see if that mini DJI mini power is going to be on there. I'd like to do it, but I still have a shitload of windows open.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
are you all right? We showed the
Yeah, we
ID.
did show. We did show, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Until I see that shit, until I see that in the stores, I do not. I don't know, man. I don't know. Definitely. You know how it is. You know how it is that people will pull stuff
Oh
back
man.
that's supposed to launch all the time.
Well, it's 12 point what 36 by I guess 8 point.
Yeah, Weird.
screen size, yeah, by 8.5. So the screen is not actually square.
Okay.
You know what I
But
mean?
the
But
length of it is
the
17
lengthwise,
inches, 17 inches basically by 8.
well, no, they claim about 12.
Okay. All right. But it's still
12, 12
small.
point. Yeah, it's roughly about the size of, I guess, what the 500.
Yeah. Yeah. The little mini power one that I
They
use
they
during,
but
put
they
during the game.
found a way to cram it in there, and they got a new LED light bar, which
Yeah,
is
along the
nice,
bottom of it.
right on the bottom. And then that has now a replaceable, retractable, what they call it there,
Type C.
yeah, the cord.
Yeah, Type C power cord. Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see that thing.
That's all. And I think that's cool. It's retractable. That's okay. But if it stops working, you can replace it. That's why
Yeah,
the
you
cover
can
comes off
replace it.
of it. Yeah. So,
Now,
all
what
right.
they have it on what's the AliExpress?
Yeah. Yeah. But is AliExpress getting stuff like that in here or what?
I don't know, bro. Anybody bought anything from AliExpress?
No, no, no.
Okay.
I'm still getting over my losses at Bang You Good.
Oh hell,
Bang Good. You
it's that
remember them? Yo,
it can't be that bad.
you order a drone from them and it come dead away, dead on
Mm-mm.
arrival, and it costs you more to ship it back than you paid for the drone? Nah,
No,
no.
can't be.
Listen, bro. To get it back to China to them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You spend $200 on a drone and have to spend about 250, almost
Mhm.
300 to ship it back. People got it easy here. They don't,
If you say so.
what are they talking about in the chat there? The possibility of winter mix coming this
Not a
Sunday
damn
morning.
bit.
Oh, they talking about snow.
Snow. Where?
Ronnie says we have a possibility of winter mix coming this Sunday.
Where?
Where is that? Where is that, Ronnie? So we'll know to stay the hell out of there. Where you getting snow at, Ronnie? Real quick. Oh, Southeast Georgia.
Okay.
Damn. That's
Well,
that's
y'all
east.
keep that down there.
That's east. No, I hope it doesn't happen. And if it does, keep it down there
Yeah.
where you guys are. You don't see snow much. We see it every year. We've had our fill.
Look at this guy.
We've had
Mm-mm.
our fill. 12 minutes till sponsor.
We've had our fill. We got what 3 inches of snow so far.
It's more than enough, bro. More than enough. Don't need any more. Definitely.
You got to get up to your average of 19.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
You good with being below average?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I hear
Normally
that.
get make up for it with rain in April and
Hey,
those months.
Angie.
Hey Angie, what's up? How are you? Hope all is well. Aloha, Sky Control Productions over in
Control.
Hawaii.
Good, bro.
Hawaii. How are you? Yeah, snow is rare in Georgia. That's what I'm saying. You guys get snow down there. Keep that stuff down there, bro.
Good. Enjoy.
Yes, yes. You can.
Now, remember, you don't want to use a digging shovel. You want to use a flat shovel. That way you can just push. You know what I mean? A plowing shovel. You want to push. Like a slightly curve on the blade would be nice. So you can just push. It's good. It's easier on your back.
This is true. And preferably a shovel with a bend in it. It gives you more leverage.
That's what I was
What's
just
up?
saying.
What's up? Aloha snowbirds. Yeah, rub it in.
A lot of guys get caught up in using a digging shovel. That's not going to help you. That's just going to tear your back up.
Yeah, that's true.
And if the snow is high, what you do is you chop with the shovel and push. You chop
Yep.
and you push. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It saves a whole lot on your back.
It does
So you
definitely.
guys down there in Georgia, get your shovels up.
You know how many cars and sidewalks I've shoveled in my lifetime, bro? I want somebody to shovel for me for once, damn it.
Uh-uh. Oh
Unless
no.
you like my neighbor, you
Hmm.
know, he comes
Just
by.
drive through it.
No, he just drives. No, not one of them. He comes out with he warms up his snow blower in August. He pulls out his snow blower in August. He's like, "Yep, getting it ready." And then when the winter comes,
It
all you
don't
hear
work.
is dum, dum. You hear him starting it up in his garage, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll do the whole block though. You remember where I used to live in Rockaway? He'll do
Mm-hmm.
that whole block one time. After that, you on your own.
And what is he doing with the snow?
And he's blasting it into the yards or into the
Oh,
street over the cars. He has one of those with a little chute, so he can
uh-huh.
aim it up over the cars
So
into the street.
basically, it makes it difficult to drive down the street.
Oh, basically. Oh yeah,
Oh,
because then you got to dig yourself out. You know that, right? But anyway, we got to wait. You have no idea
that
what
was
shoveling is
ingenious.
like. You're right about that, Gary. I know nothing about shoveling with you guys up there in
Oh
Canada.
no, I know
I'm,
Harry and them
I'm
shovel.
talking urban. I'm talking urban. Um, urban shoveling. You know,
Yeah,
from
they
one
shovel.
section to another. I'm not talking around the block, around the house, up to the mailbox. No, I know
Oh,
nothing of
they
these
shoveling.
things.
Oh,
You
they
don't
be
have a
shoveling.
snow blower. That's a lot of shoveling.
Oh yeah, I couldn't live up there when Gary and them was at
Flying
and not
High
have
says
a
he used to
snow
live in
blow.
Statesboro, Georgia, but has never seen snow. Well, Ronnie's saying southeastern might get some
Hmm.
snow this
Well,
Sunday.
hopefully it's not too much, man,
True, true. Yeah,
because things happen to go wrong with places where they're not usually
getting
accustomed
snow.
to getting
Yeah,
snow.
yeah. They've had a few pileups and stuff. It's not easy. Anyway, what you got next?
What do I have next? Well,
Yeah,
next
I got
after the power
FPVs.
one, the power joint and the price of it, what is it? Ooh, they got it listed in yen. So it's was it 2,099 yen? So that's equivalent to well, I guess it's a sale. I guess they're saying on it because it's down in price, but it's equivalent to about the what is it? The $300 US roughly.
Yes, yes, yes. It is. And then the V2, the Power 1000 V2 is 25.99 yen. Converted over to 375. You can get the V2 for $375 on sale regularly from $500.
Really? Well, we
Yeah.
already talked about that one earlier. How it's a good price on it for the
Mm-hmm.
with the coupon and all that for the
And,
three ninety
and
nine.
you don't just need them for camping. They can run a few things, quite a few things.
Really? I gotta try that one day
What?
to put a few things on it and see how long they
Run your
work.
refrigerator and your refrigerator and washing
Well,
machine or your refrigerator and the
the
TV.
refrigerator doesn't really draw as much as you think it does. But it's a long time running thing, and it's something that just runs and runs and runs.
Okay, I got you.
It doesn't go off. I don't know. It's interesting. But anyway, let's go get that sponsor, and then we can
Yeah.
go into FPV Corner. Huh? What you think? What you think?
That's good.
Okay. So, okay, let's get the sponsor. Drone Deer. If you're Part
Okay,
107
there
and
he
you're looking
is.
to scale your operations, then Drone Deer is for you. This is where you can find tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot. Book appointments, show off your work. If that's what you're looking for, then Drone Deer is for you. Check out the link in the description. Drone Deer is for you.
Okay. All right.
Can't shut up. Can't shut up.
All right, and
Just keep on talking.
we can. How would you do?
Who do
We want
we
to do
have?
FPV corner. Start
Well,
FPV corner. Oh,
who
we
do we
got.
have in FPV corner though?
Oh, we're all set up. We're ready to rock.
But who do we have?
We got Quad Kev FPV coming to the FPV corner. Uh, and
Welcome.
welcome, Quad Kev. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you. How you guys
Oh,
doing?
nice. So
Okay,
you
we
had
can
me
hear
worried
you
for a
too.
few seconds, bro. When the camera went out, I was like, oh no, not now.
Yeah, I was losing audio when I was watching your guys' video, and then I had to go ahead and refresh.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys, and welcome to the FPV segment I have called FPV Corner. It's nothing special, but we talk so much about drones, we can't talk drones without having FPV on. And I kind of fly little FPV and camera drone are the same. So, where you from?
I'm from Queens, New York, so I'm representing the East Coast.
Okay.
Okay, now when you say representing, I know you guys have a clique that you fly with. Who you represent? Because I see you push it on your pages and stuff.
So what do I represent is my team that I've pretty much been building up for the past couple of months, which is East Coast Rippers. So if you guys want to go ahead and follow my channel is on TikTok. I mean not TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. So
Mhm.
you can go ahead and be up to date with our latest posts, not just from me, but also other pilots that uh we also show out.
I'm posting them
Okay.
in the description. They're already in the description, but we're posting in the chat too, for anyone who wants to go join, go add or whatever.
Okay.
Explicit says what's up. Explicit FPV. I don't know if you can see the chat as
Oh, it's
well.
good. It was good. Explicit. It was good.
Yeah, he was saying what's up. But anyway, what I wanted to know, what do you fly? What protocol you use? What do you like to fly? Because I've looked at a couple of your videos and it's obvious you haven't started flying yesterday. Because you fly pretty fast, bro. A little too fast for my old hands. That's why I cruise.
Thank you. Um, so as of right now, I am currently still testing out a few frames because I've been testing out between the Gap RC Mark V, the Impulse RC Apex, and the Quad Mule Siren F5 Split Mini. And between all those frames, I've pretty much found my confidence over with the Quad Mule Siren F5 Split Mini. But there are certain things that I don't really like about it. Support both 20 by 20 and 30 by 30 stacks. It only
Right.
supports 20 by 20. And then if you have to go ahead and buy yourself another full size 30 by 30 stack frame, then you have to go ahead and buy something separate, which is pretty annoying. So I'd rather have something that's pretty consistent.
Well, Gep RC Mark V. I like her. I use her as a mid-range cruiser. About the distance that you do in the snow, that last video you did in the snow, I'm going to show that in a little bit. But around
Hmm.
that range, I usually do on the beach as a little quick warm up. So I was interested to see you go around the block from where you started out. What are you on, Crossfire or
I'm currently on ELRS, so I'm
you're
using
on
Radio
ELRS?
Master.
Okay. All right. Say no more. And what camera system you using?
I'm using the DJI Action 2 for my external action camera, and for my onboard FPV OSD, I'm usually using between the Caddx Vista Nebula Pro because it's kind of bulletproof when it comes to crashes, and I'm using the DJI O4 system so I can go ahead and display out whenever I'm live stream, so people can go ahead and be a part of the FPV experience and be a part of like the drone and feel like they're in a different subconscious.
Well, I have a few Nebula Pros, and I like them because I have the old V2 goggles for that reason when I switched. for that exact reason. I was like, hey, in case DJI screws up, which they did,
Hmm.
and I'm stuck with O3 units and I can't get O3 units, but I'm thinking about walk snail. But that's for another topic. Real quick, I want to show these guys one of your videos, the one in the snow with you in the garage, and there's no music, so we don't have to worry about copyright. But if you can kind of, you'll be able to see this on the screen actually.
I
I,
believe so, yes. I've been
if
able
I
to
go
see
like this,
your
you
other
can see
stuff.
this, right? You can see that screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. I'm going to start it over from the beginning because if you guys see, when I say he flies fast, a lot faster than I do. And this is, of course, an area that you're familiar with because you fly here all the time.
Yep.
Because the Scraggle, I would have hit the Scraggle the first time and probably wiped out. The fact that you recover from Scraggle is means you don't kill a motor or anything. You just fly your way out of it.
Yeah, well, I'm always crashing, so whenever it comes to me recovering myself, I can just pretty much do it within within the heartbeat, especially on Vista, since the video doesn't really cut out like O3 or O4.
Right. Now, I thought this particular video was interesting because I'm like, your neighbors must be, there he goes again. Your neighbors must know, there he goes again. Does everyone in your neighborhood know you fly?
Yes,
Okay.
but I'm not sure if all of them know if it's really me that flies.
But they do know somebody's with them in the neighborhood and they don't know the source. Now, this is part I like even more so. When you wind up going inside the house, I
Hmm.
think, what made you decide, was that planned or just spontaneous?
Uh, I was actually going ahead and putting in a few packs, and then I just ended up having a little bit of confidence to go ahead and fly inside since I
Now,
already did
this
it
is a
from
5
before.
inch.
Yes, sir.
See,
And
if I did some shit like that, I'd get kicked out.
it all takes control when you're really flying in certain spots. Since I've been pretty much flying in bandos and certain office parking lots, and 9 times out of 10 when I'm out there doing those tricks, every time I'm going to crash is going to hurt. So I got to build up the control as I'm flying through these places. So
Okay, but
me
you
do
do, and you do repair your birds.
yeah.
Okay, because someone had told me earlier that they were thinking about getting into FPV, and actually in the room, Pitch On was in the chat. He's like, it must be expensive. I was like, if you know how to repair your drones and build your own, it's not as expensive.
It's funny that you say that because it all depends on the products that you pretty much put together in your drone. Because like for example, if you go ahead and put yourself like a Speedy B stack with a TBS Source One V5
Yeah,
and you can run analog Vista. I mean Vista is kind of expensive now since it's as expensive as a O4.
yeah.
But you can pretty much run stuff for cheap as long as you know how to.
You know,
I'm
it,
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry. It's funny you mentioned the TBS. That was my first frame. I brought a 7 inch. I still have it. I've rebuilt it about 5 or 6 times, and that frame has not broke. It's hit poles.
Mm.
It survived. It may have some fractures in it, but I can honestly say I've been flying FPV about five years now. I can say I've had it the entire 5 years. As
I've,
I've advanced it.
I've been flying for 4 years, and the only two frames that I had to pretty much rebuild from the bottom was my Mark 5 and Quad Mule, since Quad Mule's
Hey,
kind
drone
of
camps. Yeah.
yeah.
And Quad Mueller are the guys in Chicago, Fly Zone and the guys, right?
No, they're actually in Taiwan.
Quad Mila. What is? Oh, sorry. Chicago. They have a frame they just came out with called Omate. Omate. I got my frames mixed up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got two completely different frames mixed up.
Is the
Okay.
Quad Mule,
I'm familiar with
Okay.
the name. For some reason, Ometra. I don't know
and
why I got them
then
confused.
this is the Mark Five that I run.
So now you
2 year
fly.
two
What's
year
your
old frame.
go-to? Which one is your go-to?
Uh,
Your
to
Bando
be
Basher.
it's it's hard it's hard to say, but I would probably have to go with my Mark Five since the way it's built in a Squash X,
Mm-hmm.
and me personally speaking, I kind of like Squash X frames the way they fly a lot more compared to True X because they have a lot. I feel like they're better in CG in terms. So when I fly the Mark Five, I feel kind of the confidence coming from the quad mule if I'm gonna be switching from in and out.
Real quick, I just want to say what's up to Drone Camps. He says, "Nice guys, I've been tuning in. Thanks for coming by
Thank you.
and supporting us. We appreciate you." But he agrees, build your own, and also says he's testing a beta FPV P1 system this week. We look forward to seeing the footage. Definitely, most definitely. Now, did you start out freestyle? Did you start out in simulator? How did you start? I mean, how did you get into FPV? What got you into FPV? I know I started with the little helicopters from the mall. You know, Green Acres Mall, the dude that sold the
Yep,
little mini copters.
yep. I know
How did you
exactly what you're
start?
talking about.
I'm not
Uh,
lying. I had a
so
bunch of them damn things.
all right. So I ended up starting. So I've been watching FPV drones since I was 14. Been watching the OG Rotorite crew with Mr. Steele, Oh My
Hmm.
God, Stinger Swarm, and I've always been wanting to get my hands on like an FPV drone, but because you had to go ahead and pick up a soldering iron, and I had nobody in my family that picks up soldering irons and pretty much teaches me. I learned off of I went off and started doing off with the Mavics. Then I worked my way up to the DJI FPV, smashed two DJI FPV drones. And then after that, I went ahead and switched right over to the Nazgul. Hated that
Yeah,
frame, and
yeah.
I ended up building my own Mark Five. So I've pretty much been watching Mr. Steele, Jev FPV, and pretty much the people that have been showing me the ins and outs throughout the drone community. I've been showing out the support from them. So me learning the stuff from each other pilot pretty much put me in this predicament now that I'm able to learn certain things because I already went through uh one charger that's already half burnt. So
Really?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now, do you plan on sticking with what you fly? I mean, like right now, I have to convert from '03 because I didn't jump on the bandwagon when I should have. And I still have a lot of Nebula Pros, Polar, Cadix stuff, and I have a few '03 units, maybe six or
Hmm.
seven altogether. But I may have to take the leap of faith and go walk snail,
Mm.
only
Uh,
because from what I've been hearing about it, it should serve my purpose. I don't freestyle like you, and I wanted to show another video real quick. This one is from your TikTok. Are you flying around the shop when you put yourself in the shopping cart?
Mm-mm.
uh,
Or you've
I
done
know
that a few times because it's taken you a while to think about this one.
this this was that this was actually on Christmas Day when I was actually utilizing my spots since everything was closed.
Yeah,
And one of my go-to spots was actually going for Walmart or BJ's, but I actually kind of like the architecture of Walmart since everything is pretty much spaced out.
yeah.
So, yeah, I pretty much took an advantage of the open space and I just ripped the spot. I
I'm
was being
trying.
careful was being careful with executing certain tricks, especially around the gas station area, because I didn't want to cause
Okay.
too much trouble.
All right. Well, I have it here loaded. It's just that on TikTok, I don't. I have to start it. Let's see what happens here. I'll
Mhm.
go here. I tried using um, the floating window, but that decided not to work. So you can see it though.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I thought it was interesting because I was like, wait a minute, all right, it must be late at night or whatever, but a couple of the stunts that you performed here it's are why I cruise. A few of these things I don't think I would be able to avoid. I would go pole and I wouldn't be able to decide whether to go left or right at this speed. If I'm cruising down the beach and it's obvious security's used to you being there because he's just sitting
Mm-hmm.
in the car chilling. This is when he wound up in the car.
Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing.
How is it embarrassing? They say if you're not crashing, you're not learning nothing.
It was in front of it was in front of a security guard. I was just
Oh, okay, I understand. I understand. Then you had to take the walk of shame and go get your bird, right?
no, actually, that was
Oh, you turtle mode out of it.
I turtle mode, and I flew right back to myself because the rest of the clip was just a whole bunch of nonsense. So I just
Oh,
clipped
okay.
it to that.
Eldon says he's still flying his Mark IV. They make great FPV drones. Well, I like mine. I
Mhm.
really did not design it for long range. I designed it for long range because I have a ELRS in the front and the rear. My thing
Mm-hmm.
is usually my video and goes out before the radio transmission ever will. But have you ever thought about using? Well, your freestyle, you may not use it, but I'm thinking about even maybe adding iNav or something. So if something
iNav.
happens while cruising, it'll go up several hundred feet and make a beeline back to me. You know, something along that line.
Do you know what how many milliwatts you're pushing on your radio?
On my radio, I usually don't go over. I stay between 50 and 100. If I go a quarter of a mile, I may want to have it at 100 just in case there's someone with a radio in between me and the drone.
Mm,
It's for
okay.
that reason. Why?
No, because I was just thinking as you were explaining about the radio link because I run my stuff at 500 milliwatts and I haven't really been getting that much trouble. But other than me just having a little bit of a cutout due to me having bad antennas, because me freestyling ends up destroying my
Destroying
antennas.
antennas. So you usually use pigtails and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I've been.
What's the flight time you get freestyle and what type of battery you use? Because I just won some pizza joints, 1350s, 150C. I have
Mhm.
100, yeah, two 150Cs, and I haven't even been able to test them.
So the batteries that I use, if I have them right here. So the batteries I use for my FPV flights, I use the SMC LiPo. They right now have them between the 1400 milliamp and the 1600 milliamp, and they come in at a pretty good substantial weight, which is 208 grams. This
Yeah.
is the batteries I've been using. And if you go ahead and use heat shrink, this is for anybody that is on the live, so take notes. If you want to go ahead and add some armor to your batteries, because a lot of times they're gonna be destroyed when you're gonna be flying out in the cold. And if you want to
Mm-hmm.
add armor, you can actually use heat shrink and get yourself a heat gun to add that protection, so you won't be able to
That extra
kill.
hit, and well, see, I could agree with you on that because I even though I cruise, I have hit a pole at 60 miles per hour, and the battery looked like it was putty. The front of it looked like it
I
was putty, bro. It, it,
let's listen. I
it hit the
understand that
pole
whole
in a
feeling.
park above the fence, maybe about 3 stories up at 60 miles an hour. It sounded like someone hit the pole with a mallet. The whole park stopped
Mm,
and looked. All you heard was boom through the whole park, and then it dropped those 3 stories
mm,
straight down on top, and that I think that's what mashed the battery.
mm.
But then I flipped it over and it still started up. I was like, okay, let me change the battery and go back.
Nothing was damaged too.
That no, the battery was nothing was damaged to it.
Oh,
Oh, it was an armor time. Um,
oh,
but
on mine.
yes,
Yeah, those stuff are pretty good. Cause
indestructible, indestructible. Someone said Greats flying. Hold on, drone camps. So he did a build today, Beta F1 frame. He did a build today on Beta P1
mm,
frame. Besides the Aquila 20, he says it's pretty nice so far. On-screen display just plugs right into the DJI HD cable to the flight controller. That's interesting. Yeah, Armaton. Those do they still replace the frames? Does anyone know Armaton? Because there was if you could break one of their frames, this was years ago. If you could break one of their frames, they had a deal, and you could send them a picture. And I did it because that same drone that hit the pole, the arm had a fracture on the bottom, and I didn't know. I just looked at the motor, spun them, looked at the battery, started it up,
mm,
said it still flies. So I flew it the rest of the day with 2 more packs with that micro fracture in the arm. And I took it
mm.
home and I cut myself on it. And my boy was like, yo, it's got a lifetime warranty. To send it in, I filed a complaint with them. They said, give us a picture of it. They said, all right, you got to score it. You got to damage it even more and send a picture of the frame damaged even more. I did that. They sent me a brand new frame, bro,
For free.
for free. Armaton, yes. I don't know if they still do that. Does anyone know if they still do?
Who knows?
That's interesting.
You're probably the first one to do that.
But if you want to show
Listen,
Quad Kev
I
some
give you I
if
give
you
you
want
my
to show
respects for
Quad
that.
Kev some support, his Instagram, his TikTok, and his YouTube are all in the description. Stop by, show him some love. Anybody you want to shout out in your crew?
Uh, oof, that's a lot of people.
Shout
All
them
right,
out. Listen, shout them out. You know, you got a crew of guys you fly with. Go for it.
all right. I want to shout out to my boy Raw FPV.
Yeah, Rob, we've had him on here.
Uh, Another one, Boo FPV. I've been flying with him for the longest.
Okay.
Another one, Bud 420 FPV. Who else? Explicit FPV, and pretty much everybody in the FPV community. I want to give them all a shout out because as much as they give me the support, I give them the as much as the support and whatnot. So everybody that has been watching my YouTube and whatnot and my and all my other accounts, I thank you guys for the support, and I hope you guys enjoy the content for the future videos I'm putting out.
Well, Raw FPVs was like, yo, Drone Camps says he's subscribed last week. We appreciate you for doing that, Drone Camps, and we
Thank you.
appreciate you coming through. Um, Someone had
Right.
asked, and it was kind of a strange question, but
Hmm.
it's strange for me to answer because I always go, it depends on what you're using. And he was saying,
Hmm.
what's the flight time in FPV? And it really does
Ooh.
depend because you fly freestyle. Okay, so my point is, I have a 1350 cc battery here, right?
Hmm.
150C cruising on. I can with a 5 inch, just cruising around. I could get about 5 to 7 minutes
And
cruising. Now,
and how much
you
and how much KV motors are you using?
using like 2808s or 1950. Say 1950,
That's
just
actually
cruising.
pretty good.
1950. In fact,
That's
that's what I have on my Gep RC cruiser right here. These are 1950s on here.
that is really good because I've been playing around with 1960, 1850, and 1750, but throughout all the stuff that I've been playing around with, I noticed that since I fly a little bit more proxy and I go a little
Yeah.
bit lower to the ground, I kind of set myself between the 1700 and the 1750 kV mark. And
Okay.
these are the motors that I've been playing. I've been running the Emax E3s, 2207,
Yeah.
1700.
Emax. Those are great motors. I had a pair of E2s on
Yes,
my 7 inch.
yes. That's
So
another
what
thing
what
too.
kind of time are you getting?
Between Jesus. If I'm gonna be cruising, I'll probably say like about 6 or 7 minutes on a 1400 milliamp. I'll get 3 to 4 minutes on a 1100 milliamp, and I'll probably say like about a solid 4 to 5 minutes on a 1300 milliamp,
Okay.
I've
Okay.
I played around with lipo batteries and LIHV, which is the high voltage lipo
Raw
batteries.
FPV says about 3 to 4 minutes flight time and freestyle, and depending on your free on how you fly, like I noticed something. Something that you do that I was scared of when I try FPV. I don't turn. I do a knife's edge. I didn't know that that was a move. Like, see, I tell you, I cruise. So when I tried to do freestyle amongst trees and stuff, the guy was like, he's never straight. He's always this way or that way. Is is that something you do regularly, or you have to learn it?
Uh, for me, I've always got knife edges right away because I've been watching Mr. Steel and Phantom FPV and how they go ahead and line themselves up,
Yeah.
and I pretty much go ahead and just do it when I see something that's gappable. I just go for it.
Okay. Well, I just thought it was strange. I'm like, wait a minute. When he turns the corner, he does a knife's edge. He doesn't turn and cruise like that. You go into a knife's edge and make the turn. And to me personally, I think is the fastest way you can turn around. I could be
That's
wrong.
true.
I could
That's
be
true.
wrong.
You
Can
know
you
what?
turn any right? Think about it. If you're
No,
level
you
like
do.
this and you try to make a turn, a sharp turn, you still wind up banking. If you keep that bank, it's not as tight as a knife's edge.
Hmm.
I could be
Cause I've
wrong.
Because I've seen a knife edge done by someone. He goes by Lumpy FPV. I've seen him done a knife edge through a tight gap where he's actually looking back at the gap as he's flying, as he's going right
Wow.
through it.
Yeah, he reversed direction that quick. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's.
interesting. Except I'm not willing to try it.
But
It said
but
try a
also
drone camp says try a knife edge power loop.
a knife edge power loop.
Yes,
Ooh.
I'm not that
In fact,
advanced.
in
I don't
fact,
know
let me
if I
put
could
that in
even
my.
come close.
I might just put that in my notes right here.
Listen, anyone else you want to say anything? You got any projects coming up? When do you guys fly? I have to try and meet up with you guys because I'm between Brooklyn and Queens. So
Yeah, I'm
and
always down to.
and my boy Charlie lives out in Astoria.
Okay. Yeah, I'm always down to fly. Doesn't matter if it's FPV or or the DJI Mavics or whatnot. I have everything. So
Okay, cool.
you
Because I
just
like fly camera drones over by the Hell's Gate, Randall's Island, place like that. But either way, I have you as a contact. Now, some of your boys, let them know if they want to come on here and for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, tell them, go, I'll put them on, bro.
all right.
Tell them
You
I'll
de-
put them on.
all right. I definitely will. Uh, yo, yo. People that are watching those guys, if you are over here supporting them and you're also supporting my channel, come on, man, you go ahead and spread the word. Spread the
Yeah,
word
yeah,
as I'm gonna go ahead and spread the word out,
yeah,
cause
definitely.
because we're all growing as a community, and we all gotta go ahead and get together and learn how to and fly together, cause we're all down to fly or anything. So
That's true. That's true. Real quick before you go, Herman, can you make
Yeah.
drone camps and raw FPV? Can you give them Uh, give him a wrench. Pilgrim. Ross says Pilgrim this weekend.
Pilgrim this
Uh,
weekend. Uh,
Pilgrim
uh,
this weekend. You know, I did my. You got to go to my YouTube channel. Did what I thought was freestyling, and it was more like a ballet freestyle at Pilgrim, the water tower.
mhm.
It was one of my best freaking videos I did. I can't simulate it or anything. But listen, I want to thank you for coming on, man. I don't know if you're still working or what. I thought or what was going on, but I appreciate you taking the time out.
I was just getting off.
Oh,
Right?
I was
okay.
just
All
I
right.
was just getting off, but then it worked out either way. So
Nice, nice. I
All
will
right. All
keep
right.
in touch with you. This won't be your first time on. I'm trying to have people come on randomly as things change or they start a new project and stuff like that. All right.
all
Don't
right,
forget to tell your boys if they want to come. They want to come on. I'll put them all on. I don't give a damn. You've had
definitely.
Ron FPV, huh? Go ahead.
Definitely, I'm gonna be shouting you guys out. Shout out to those guys and fan and Nova Squads and Phantom Flight 101. Shout out to those guys.
Thank
We
you. Thank you.
appreciate you, man. You
Appreciate that,
go
man.
home and enjoy the rest of your evening, bro.
Thank you, you too, and have safe
All right.
flights out there.
You too,
You too,
man.
man.
Be safe.
Take it easy.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks,
All right.
bro.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. See, that was good. That was good. We gotta get. It's nice to meet you, also, Drone Camps. I actually love the channel you have. I
Yeah,
go
I check
by.
out your stuff all the time.
Yes, we check out your stuff quite often. So the fact that you come by to show us some support, we appreciate you even more. You
I had
know.
actually sent you a message.
And here's a link. I got you. I got you now. Here's Quad Kev's all of his links. Copy. Yes, drone
Okay.
camps. What was you saying, Herman?
No, I had sent Drone Camps a message once. I don't know if he had received it or not, but
Okay. I don't know if he sent them. Hold on, Jim Droney. I'll give you his Instagram, his YouTube, and
it's
his
all in the
TikTok.
description, if anything, because his
Yeah.
YouTube, his TikTok, and Instagram is in the description.
Justin, we could work that out.
Okay.
Definitely. We'd like to work that out to have him come on.
Oh,
That
most
would be
definitely.
yes. And with that, do we do a sponsor? What's happening here?
Well, what happened
Thank
is,
you, Quad Kev.
thank you. Really appreciate having him on. That was a real good segment.
I
Well,
forgot he had told me he was in Queens.
mhm. The guys there at Clover Systems, Lawrence. Well, they
Yeah.
gave us this little discount code for those guys for 15% off on all the FPV systems. So if you
Yes.
guys on checkout use those guys as your coupon code, you will receive 15% off on your purchase on all the Kluber systems.
Yes. Yes. Now, if you remember, we had these guys on from Clover, and you have one FPV system. Joan Cash used to live in Brooklyn. Where about? Oh, St. James Place. So you have an FPV system with one
Okay.
camera that fit multiple drones. Check them out. Great system,
All right.
and you get a discount, 15% discount, like Herman said at checkout.
You in the in the
Okay.
in the Bed Stuy portion of St. James or in the Clinton Hill section where they try to claim?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. But um, welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We got you got the sponsoring already. 629.
Hmm. Oh well, the last sponsor,
Yeah.
the very last
Yep. We
sponsor.
got it. Might as well get it. Knock it out the box, so we
You
can get
think I
on with
should?
the rest.
Okay.
Junior Mafia hung out on the stoop in Biggie's apartment. Okay. All
Okay,
right.
so you're on the Bed Stuy side.
Yes. Yep. That's exactly where. That's what's up.
Well, let's get into the sponsor and we'll be right back. Nanook. For 10% off on your purchases, please use Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off on all your Nanook purchases from camera, gear, to gimbals, watches, and any jewelry, firearms, whatever you may need to protect. They have a case for it. They even do custom cases. Check out the link in the description. Now, look, check it out.
There you go. He says his best friend lived in Stye, in Bed-Stuy. Okay, that's what's up. All right, let me close some of these windows down that I don't need anymore. Actually, that was good. I did enjoy that FPV corner.
What is it?
Huh?
No, I'm looking at what Drone
Mark,
Shop
have you
is
heard of
asking.
that company in New York that's going to do the drone stuff at Bale Creek? Yes, I saw the article you sent me. I'm going to forward it to Herman. See if we can find out a little more information on it for next week's stream.
Who? What's the name of the company?
Is the name of the company? Hold on. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. The name of the company. The name of the company is New York Aerospace Company. Hold on. Of course, I have to go to it now. Um, Mitch, what is their name? Company to. I'm looking at the damn article here. Mitch Air. Mitch Air. MICH dash Air. Yes, Mitch Air. They're based out of New York City here, and they're going to be building flight control systems for drones.
Okay.
And they, like I said, he had sent me the article. I just wanted to do a little more research on it. I don't know a lot about them, so I can't speak on them. But if I can get some research done, Jody, you'll know about them next week for sure, because
Well,
I have them bookmarked.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
Well, I'll explain it to you later because it's something that you have to sit down and actually put it together because guys are always wondering and worrying about what's going to happen to the consumer drone for camera drones and stuff like that. And
right.
with no incentive and no companies in sight that's doing it, you got to wonder where it's going to come from. So it's got to come somewhere. Um, Last week we were talking, Lawrence, because we mentioned that how was it CES had kicked off, and your man from the FCC was going to be there as one of the key speakers. But we had also mentioned that what was some of the things that you think was going to be the biggest things at CES, and we had said something about AI and robotics and stuff like that. Well, it seems as if a lot of the two can't work without the other. I don't know, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But we did have a little video showing off some of the robots at
That's what it
CE.
was all about from what I've seen.
Let's check this out. You got robots dealing with cards huh? And playing table tennis. What's going on?
Yeah, right.
Now, this was what I thought was interesting because this right here will probably work someday with helping people who are crippled.
That's what I was thinking about. It seems to mimic every move, literally, which I think is pretty cool.
See, even the robot's got his hands on urban engagement. But
It
yeah,
moves like Lawrence. Yeah, it moves like me in the morning.
I look at that, look at the robot there dealing cards, right? That means that this robot's got to know what the hell these cards mean and how to know the rules of the game. it's just, but how much it's all about how much you can program into these things. Years ago,
Hmm.
things would go haywire. You put too much information on some of these boards. Some of these things now can hold so much information. It's not. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's why they're able to do what they do. On top of, I've seen robots from CES doing backflips,
Oh
fighting
yeah.
karate, boxing, serving drinks. Um,
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
had them doing everything.
All kind of stuff.
There's a robot I follow on Facebook called Rizzo, or the
Hmm.
Rizbot, and
Okay.
he's a little like 4 foot robot, kind of thin. You can buy them, and comes with a little remote. You program them, and the guy, of course, uses a microphone. But this robot goes around cities
Hmm.
visiting with a security team.
Hmm.
It's kind of interesting is where we're going. Some people have remote control cars. Some have boats, planes. Now they're starting to walk around the streets with robots.
Yeah. Well, we seen the we had the robot dog on here. Well,
Yep.
we didn't have it here, but we had the entry. What was that for $1,500 robot dog? I'm still thinking about getting one of those.
Yeah, I know. I know. There's
What's going on, Chris? I'm really thinking about getting one of them because for 1,500, I just wonder how good it is because I know
Yes, you
the
can,
one
John.
I know Boston Dynamics is not putting out one for 1,500.
John said, "Can you get one to take his garbage down to the curb?" Yes, you can. Yet there's even one for folding clothes. It moves
Almost
really slow.
positive.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna move
Did
slow
you have
too.
a?
So I mean, and if it can honestly, if it can fold the fitted sheet, I'm there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't think they. That would be funny if you can fold a fitted sheet.
If
What's
that
up,
robot
Angie?
can fold the fitted sheet, get it.
Yeah, for real. Uh huh.
Because that's the hardest part to fold on the sheets.
Yes, it is. Yes, especially by yourself. How's it going, Angie? What's good? Hope all is well.
Well, Lawrence,
Yeah,
you know, we spoke earlier about drones and the problems of getting them into the country and this, that, the other. Well, not so much about the problems of getting them into the country, but with the decision from your good old friends over at the FCC.
yeah.
But HoverAir, what is it? So apparently they're new. They're worried about the new U.S. rules may sink HoverAir, their
Yeah.
waterproof drone,
Mm-hmm.
the Aqua. And I'm not too sure about that, but the HoverAir Aqua, it was supposedly the world's first waterproof selfie drone.
Right here. I got a photo.
Oh, you have a photo.
Go for it.
I had a photo already of it, but all right,
Oh,
but the
all
world's
right.
first. Um, yeah, you didn't see it when I put it up. Anyway,
I was in another window. Duh.
sorry about that. But yeah, the they kind of like I think that this thing took off so well, and one of the things that was really the highlight of the fact that on that the fact that it was able to raise what $2 million, over
Yeah.
$2 million
Mm-hmm.
in on what's that, the Indiegogo funding with what was it? It's a little over 1,800 backers that backed this drone. So I don't know. They pushed back the original release or shipping date for this thing from December. It was supposed to have been out from December, and then now it was pushed to February. And I think that had something to do with their FCC approval or their ID. So the FCC ID, licensing to get this thing out.
Right.
Um, But I'm from what I'm understanding, like we mentioned earlier, and this is like we were talking about this going forward that with none of these products will be allowed into the country, and I see that these guys are also the listed and adjusted to add them to the listing. So I just think that it's shameful because like I said to you before, you got companies like Parrot and Teledyne, Flare, and Wingtra, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's all, Zephyr Flight Labs, and these companies, and there's them and a few more, but they're all, there's been exceptions made for these guys and stuff like that. So they're able to, import things and their parts and stuff like that that maybe come from some of these other places. They're allowed to, you know, they has no restrictions put on them. So I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough situation, but I think that that's something that is not really going to affect them if they want, because I believe that they already had approval,
Right.
approval for this drone. So I believe that this is what a one and done for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did have another drone before this, didn't they?
Yes, the X1, I think, something to that
Hmm.
effect. Something
Yeah,
to that effect. Where?
this is the hover air.
Yeah, the HoverAir X1.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, I remember. And from what I understand, they saw yeah, the X1 and the X1 Pro.
Right, right.
Yes, yes, and
The
those are
waffle,
not
the waffle
impacted
irons.
because they have the FCC licensing already.
Hmm.
Um, Usually, when something new comes out, somewhere on Twitter we see an FCC licensing, especially if it's drone related. You know,
Well,
only ones
this
they don't show on Twitter are Focentic.
put the placenta.
Yeah, placenta.
I saw that
Mhm.
it's selling them at what, Costco or one of them
Hey, Brooklyn
places.
Jimmy. I did see the Procentic at Costco, and someone was like, "Oh, is that a good drone?" And I was like, "It's not bad if you're a beginner." And the
Right.
person was like, "Oh, you were being sarcastic, weren't you?" I
No,
tried to keep a serious face. It's not bad if you're beginning in the drone. Seriously, I'm not going to talk down to a drone company or drones that are out there because guess what? You can buy a Procentic in the United States. You can't buy certain DJI. I'm just saying.
you ain't right.
Tariffs and all.
You ain't right. The
I know
tariffs is
that's
not
messed up,
is
right?
not the issue.
I know, I know,
You got to
I know.
get
I
one of
thought
the Enterprise drones is made in Malaysia.
all I can say is, listen.
Get around
It,
that.
I don't. I learned not to talk about any drone. If it gets in the air and it flies and it brings you joy, I don't give a damn if it's a paper airplane. Enjoy it.
Lawrence,
Yeah,
how long did it take for you to get bored with a paper plane?
a paper plane
Hmm.
rather quickly after I
Okay.
learned the two or three designs that were to make that
Okay.
would have a
That
cruise.
would
Yeah,
really fly any quite distance, right?
right. Yeah.
Now, now, keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. With a Holly Stone that can barely get over the tree in the park,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I apply the same question.
In this situation, I'd like to take the fifth. Under this way, I will not be incriminating myself or saying anything bad about Holly Stone or Procentic.
The Holly
I
Stone
take
talking
the
about
fifth.
him flying out of visual line of sight. The only way that can happen is if it crashed behind a tree
The
or into the tree.
Avata 360. Yeah, I want one.
Well, we're
That
waiting on
Avata.
that. What are we looking at?
No,
March?
not the DJI 360, not the Avata. I want the DJI joint.
What
If
happened?
because I believe that may be the last drone.
What,
that
the
will get me
Avada?
into OcuSync 4.
The Avada.
No, no, the 360 that DJI was coming out with that we saw an FCC licensing for.
The 360, the Avada.
Yeah. Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, it is the Avata 360. I'm like listening to what doesn't sound right there. That's why you kept repeating it.
Yeah, the
I'm
Avada
sorry, everyone. I,
360.
I was having a senior moment.
Yeah, that I believe what we're looking at March on that.
Yes, yes, supposed to be roughly, give or take
Okay,
around there.
that's cool. That would be nice. But I did want to mention real quick to you, Lawrence, that drone soccer is helping this Asheboro High School build a STEM program of a powerhouse. Really, believe it's building into a powerhouse. Believe it or not, Lawrence, you're familiar with drone soccer, right?
Yes.
Well, this high school in North Carolina, right, has become one of the I don't know, this is crazy. They're become a very prestigious program here. It seems like for their STEM program. They're not only doing this drone soccer, but they're actually nationally ranked as a team in this drone soccer. And as you know, with these schools that have the drone soccer, these students learn how to build, program, and fly these drones. So they're not only learning how to fly, they're learning how to repair these things if there's a problem with it, how to diagnose what's going on with their drone. So they're learning some things, and I like this because
It's everything about
you
STEM.
right, because what was happening was their instructor here, this is man, trying to find his name, Woodyear, I believe his name was Woodyard,
Anthony
uh,
Woodyard.
Anthony Woodyard,
Anthony
yeah.
Woodyard. Yes.
Yeah, he was looking for something that was hands-on for the kids, and this was a great way of going at it. And I take my hat off to him. This is good. I like this because the kids are learning some skills that they can take with them to the next level of education. And a lot of people are worried that, like, how are we going to advance the aviation world in the country if we keep stifling certain things. And I believe that the only way to do it is this way,
Yeah.
through these programs for the students to get it in schools and stuff like that. Because schools is becoming more and more fun now than it was years ago, I believe. If you look at some of the things that
It
they have,
is.
as
It
kids.
is. I honestly believe the kids are having more fun and maybe not learning the same amount, but actually a little bit more than we were.
And not so
They're
much
still
in
dumb, just don't get
not
me
so
wrong.
much in the real world
Don't get
aspect,
me
but
wrong. They're still
it's
dumb as
coming back.
rocks in certain situations, but because they're kids, we look. I have a son and a daughter. It's smart as hell in school, but kids do stupid stuff.
No, no. What I'm saying is that they're not so much on the real world things, but they're trying to come back to it. Is where you
Yeah.
had things in school with shop classes and home economics and stuff like that. Things that you know, real world things, and they're trying, but they need more programs like this to be able to do that. Because if you don't, you won't. What do you think?
I it's going to be in the Olympics. They're right. They're still trying to get drone soccer into the Olympics. I think it's a great thing because it goes international. It started over in Asia. I don't remember where exactly, Korea, someplace, but it did start in Asia. And now that it's here in the United States, it's in
Mhm.
Europe, it's in Saudi Arabia, and people are showing that kids have
Okay.
more interest in this than they do some of the regular classes. It's a
Well,
plus plus.
right. Well, the thing about it, and that's what I like about it for like the as far as the high school level and college level of this, where now the students are actually getting Part 107s and stuff like that, which will give them more of a respect for the actual airspace that they're flying in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You get that. I could see what you mean by respect because you're being taught how
The
to fly
aspects of
something.
the airspace,
And like you said,
as well
how
as
long did
learning
it take
how
you?
to fly.
Like you said, how long did it take you to? Do you think it'll take you to get bored with a paper plane? Well, how long do
Mhm.
you think it'll take a kid to get bored with flying, just playing drone soccer, knowing they have drones that can go out, fly outside of the cage? You see my logic? Yes,
Right,
yeah.
but in this also the aspect of getting the Part 107 would teach them more so about what is actually happening with our airspace and how to respect it more. And it also tie in some of the things that they learned in school in science, as far as like clouds and stuff like that and rain, and if they're actually still learning those things in school. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Well,
What do you
I still think it's a good. I still think it's a great topic, and kudos to Asheboro High School because they're spreading the word. There are major competitions around the United States now. That
This is actually international.
yeah,
This,
yeah,
this,
yeah. I
this
know.
countries that are doing this.
In fact, I think they are ranked. Hold on, I want to get the exact number because I don't want to. They are ranked in world class. I think
Okay,
26th or
that's
23rd.
very good.
No, they're ranked nationally 26th around
National.
the world. Yes,
Okay,
I
that's
see
very
that.
good because to be in the 20s anywhere because they're doing this all over China and other places.
Yes,
And
yes,
and it's
yes.
funny because they call it drone soccer. I think it operates more like football.
It does, but they say they compete against teams from Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., which is
Hmm.
like their little part of the United
Right,
States
that's their
where they have
conference.
their tournaments. But Asheboro sits at number 26 on a national leaderboard. And that's
Hmm.
serious for a school that just started learning this stuff, how to do this stuff.
That's good. That's good.
And it's great discipline.
Ashboro.
Yeah, that's so kudos to them. Kudos to them. They're having a conversation about the V2 goggles in the chat. I was saying
V2
how I used
goggles.
mine last week for work,
Oh,
or actually this week for work.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, used them Monday.
We actually have to get on that because we got to do a few things.
Yeah, yeah. I already have FPV
Yeah.
footage ready to go. It's actually about 57 seconds long, the clip. I just have to put some music with it.
Okay.
Get
Okay.
something appropriate, and then I can get you a copy of it or whatever. But yeah, with everything's going good. Post a link to the article for you still have it up?
Um,
It's,
I never had it up. I can go
it's
get it.
on. I can get it too. Hold on. That was the drone. Yeah, drone soccer. Okay. Give me a
Hmm.
second. I can pull it up. I can go to Messenger and pull it up right here.
Oh yeah, they're listen. There's I've seen we mentioned drone soccer on here a few years ago,
Yes.
and some of the things that these kids are doing with drone soccer, and it really took off. I remember we had a school teacher here. We talked about some of the games that they play in
Hmm.
school with some of the stuff like with drones and not only drones but different coding games that they have for these kids and learning how to program. You know, these are some of the things I wish I had when I was in school.
That's true. I wanted to put something because in the chat really quick.
Even though
Um,
we did have
but a
shop
lot of
class.
people don't know this, but you can find out a lot of states are funded for STEM. If the money's there, you just have to figure out how to
How to get
go
it.
about getting it. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you live in a state somewhere and you're watching this and you're wondering, can you start a STEM program with drones in your school locally? There is a way. Contact the Board of Ed. I'm sure there's funding for it
Well,
in each of the states.
there's a few different ways of going about it. Like
Or you can do it individually yourself, right?
you can look up a company like that, like ours, and you can get like the whole DOE vendor situation,
Uh-huh. Yep.
and they can help walk you through it. Like somebody like Lawrence could help walk you through building drones and
Right.
how to set up a system for your class to be able to, or you to put together a curriculum.
Right, because in fact, I used to be a substitute teacher, so put together a
Good.
curriculum for something like STEM is not a problem because we used to have to do that. And then,
Lawrence, you was a substitute teacher.
yes, high school students at that, computer
Now you
science.
know why there's gum on the
Bogdanov.
bottom of the desk. The
Now you know why I'm all
kid,
screwed up.
kids in the 80s and the 90s smoked in class.
All I can say is it was fun, but I did it the slick way. Since it was computer science, what I would do is, and I was substitute teacher, I'd say, look, this is the work that was left for you guys to do. If you all can knock this work out, whatever free time you have, I have this box of computer games on floppy disk. You knock it out, you can play a game. And they would come in, they'd be looking through the window, and everyone would be sitting there playing games because we knocked the work out. It worked.
So you would bribe them.
Yeah, hell yeah, it worked. Best way to get what you want from a kid, bribe them. Because if you come to
You
me and ask me for something for free, I'm gonna tell you no.
know,
I'm just saying. In case you
you
forgot to
ain't
hit
right.
that thumbs up, we appreciate you
You
guys.
ain't right. But Lawrence, I got one other thing I want to get in real quick
Yeah, yeah,
because
let's go.
good old guys at Wing and Walmart and their drone delivery, they are adding 150 more stores. They are coming to a location near you. Don't you forget about it. These plans are going to roll out within the year for the next 12 months. And by they plan to have a little over 270 locations by the end of 2027.
Yep.
This is putting over 40 million Americans within reach of this service. They claim that they're not working on doing anything new. They are expanding on what they are already knowing how to do, and it seems that this partnership between Wing and Walmart seems to be working, unless something happens. But it seems that they are claiming that their top 25% customers are
Yeah.
now ordering 3 times a week. So this is actually working,
It's working. Yes.
believe it or
They're
not.
making money.
Yeah. And they're delivering daily, and they're now expanding in the the Dallas Fort Worth area and the Metro Atlanta area, as well as what in California and where else, Lawrence? Where they going to? That
Uh,
you mentioned before, California,
oh, Houston. Houston launches
Houston, right?
tomorrow.
Yes,
Houston, Texas
Houston.
launches drone delivery tomorrow.
Okay, so good
Yes.
old Houston is launching tomorrow. So that this is not listen, this is taking off, bro.
Isn't that down there where Angie is? Because she said that they're set up
She's
over there.
they
Where she
they're
is
they're
today.
already at the over there by Angie. Yeah, they're already by Angie. So this is happening, dudes. So all the guys that thought it wasn't going to happen, we've been telling you for years that this is going to happen. It's happening.
True. That's
They're
true.
not delivering mattresses, but they're delivering something.
Well, supposedly the drones have up to a 5 pound weight limit, and that
Hmm.
covers 80% of what people buy instantly or at a whim
But
or in
keep
an
in
emergency, like aspirin, eggs. Oh, I forgot to get eggs. I'm making a cake. Stuff like that. So, like you
mind, Wing
said,
actually has three
according
different
to Ken
hospitals.
Heron, it was never going to work. But I knew he was saying that to be funny. But if there was one time Ken Heron was like, delivery drones never, but it's happening. A lot of
Mhm.
people said it would never happen.
Okay, you know what's funny?
Huh?
That's where I first saw Koshat
Where
and
on Ken
it
Heron?
can yeah in the chat. But yeah, apparently, people are ordering 3 times a week. At least the top 25% of people. So that fluctuates. I'm curious to know the exact numbers of people that are doing it. But
Yeah.
because we did mention what was over a year ago that a milestone on an elderly couple that they happen to use theirs quite frequently.
Right.
So I don't know. Listen, what do I know? They don't do drone delivery around here. So
I'm waiting.
what
I'm waiting.
happened?
I'm waiting. I'm setting up with a camera, and I'm gonna wait and
What for
watch
drone
what happens.
delivery around here? Oh yeah, I was listen. I welcome it. I really do. I really do welcome it.
Oh,
I like.
and Pitch On was saying that he wondered if that Amazon was actually Wing is used by Amazon and Walmart. For those
Oh
of you
well,
who did not
what
know.
what what happened was Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amazon seems to have a problem with their was it the MK2 or whatever, or one of the three or whatever, one of them.
Uh-huh.
That
One of the
drones
drones
seems
went
to be
down. Yeah.
doing it. And I really think that what they need to do is to do what Walmart is doing is get an airline, a
Yeah.
proven airline, the same way Wake Med and the hospitals have done. The other hospitals there, and, North Carolina was the beginning of this with Wake Med. We did the story here with Dr. Gwen.
Yeah.
He started this with Wake Med Hospital there, and where they have like three different hospitals that are hopping. The drones are hopping from. Matternet
Yeah.
was like the first airline. Yeah, get them airline that they leave the flying to them,
Yeah.
and let and then you can just deal with what they're moving, and not have to worry about the flying aspect of it. And I think that works a lot better. Um, the deal with Amazon is having a rough time. Uh, but they are doing it. Uh, Walmart seems to be doing it on a different level with Wing. Wing actually has three different levels of drone
Yeah.
that can
Yes.
deliver.
Yes, they do.
So I don't know if they're doing that, but I'm interested in seeing this take off. To
Yeah.
see how
Yeah, they do suck.
see
They've
what they do.
crashed a few of them already. Now just stop drone delivery in a couple of
Yeah,
states.
it's something
German,
with
it's
its
that time.
obstacle avoidance.
Yes. Yes. The
Oh, it's been that
one of
time
their
for a
drones
couple of years.
hit something, and then there was another one that was about to do the same thing. It was their obstacle avoidance.
They have some issues with their obstacle avoidance and the programming. Something's going on with it, and especially when it's wet. So I don't know.
It's that time, bro.
So you guys anything to say before we get out of here? Anything you
No.
need to say?
Thank you, Quad Kev, for coming on. I'd like, if you
Yes,
know an
thank you, man.
FPV pilot that wants to come on, tell them to hit me up on Facebook. Pitch on. Send me a direct message, please. I did see you followed me, but send me a direct message because I keep seeing your name flash up, but I still have a bunch of windows open.
Oh,
That way I can add you on Facebook and you can keep up with what we're doing. We did add them to those guys' group though. So
you know what,
that's it,
Joe
bro.
Camps? I would love to have a conversation with you on that here on the stream.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. We need to make that happen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
Hit me
expect
up.
to, yeah. You can hit up Herman at his email in the description. That would be great,
Well,
throwing
it's not
caps.
in the description, but I know it's in the. I
In the
should put it
About Me
in.
section, yeah.
I should put it in this, but it's in the. You know where to find it in the and it's in the same place for everybody's YouTube channel. Um, yeah, Quad, was it Quad Kev? I appreciate having you on here tonight. That was a very good conversation you guys had on FPV.
Yeah.
A lot of the interviews for the FPV seem to be pretty good. You know what I mean? It's coming along that segment. You know, it's taking off just like how we have Vic Moss on and a few other people talk.
Oh, Eldon says great stream. He'll send a text, email when he gets. Okay, I got you.
You got that package, right?
No, he says he'll send a text. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, he
He
says
should have
when he
got
gets it, he'll send it. He should. It should
he should
have
have
it.
gotten it already. The bumper guards and the strobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have gotten it already. But
Okay.
anyway, guys.
That's it. It's that time.
Oh yeah. We plan to have a powwow. Maybe we'll have Vic on next week and talk about a little something. We'll see what
Okay.
happens. You guys, look out for the stream title. With that being said, oh bless you.
Excuse me.
And I guess Lawrence, that's it. We're out of here.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
And we'll see you next time with
With
those
those guys.
guys. Good night,
Next
everyone.
week. Thank you all.